Hi, my name's Toby. I'm the director and co-founder of Coach, and I just want to spend a few minutes with you to look at how we are coping, how we're looking after our well-being through this season, and I also want to describe how we are continuing some exciting momentum through Coach, using new ways of training and mentoring through this challenging season. Yeah, we are in a really quite a challenging time, aren't we? With this coronavirus, it's can feel quite oppressive, and we all are living in isolation. Some of us are in full lockdown, and some of us are facing greater challenges. Particularly our partners at Rock, Redeeming Our Communities in the UK. They are obviously the UK's faced many more deaths than Australia at the moment. So we do lift up in prayer our partners in the UK. Deborah Green, Deborah Green OBE, Frank Green, Paul Wilson, Andy Bell, who are doing such a fantastic job, not just leading Coach, but leading Rock Conversations through that nation, and are having real impact on many communities doing it tough. But right now, some of that activities have had to go on hold. However, they have come up with creative solutions for Zoom matching, and I'd like to talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But how are you doing during this time? It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a bit weird, and I must admit, 10 days ago, it's actually a bit of a blur, but 10 days ago I started working from home, and I woke up one day feeling a bit anxious and a bit isolated, and I love people, I love connecting, and so that's been a bit challenging for me. So I put in a bit of a plan for myself to try and improve my well-being, and it's over the last 10 days or so, and so what I've just done, I try and focus. I have a rhythm of focusing on the spiritual, the physical, and the sort of mental, and my own mental health, and I just want to share some of the things I'm trying to do with the mental, emotional side. I'm trying to deliberately connect with team members, with friends, phoning them a little bit more, having a bit of fun. A friend of mine has invited me to a Zoom dinner party tonight, Laura and me. We're going to a Zoom dinner party, so I thought that was a fantastic creative way of doing Zoom. Another friend, Ben, his 30th birthday was yesterday. He had all his mates in a Zoom birthday party, so there's some really creative ways. So get creative on the emotional, social side, but also on the physical, really super important, and I've just tried to up things in terms of my physical regime. I need to lose a bit of weight anyhow, and so I'm running a little bit more. I can get out. There's a creek near me, a river near me, so I'm kayaking a little bit more, going more walks with Laura and my little dog. We're allowed to do that. So just upping the exercise, and there's some great training plans you can put into motion using apps like Strava or Endomondo. I use Endomondo, and you can put a little training plan in for 5k walk to build up to a 5k jog, from couch to running 5k. You can put in a 10k regime plan, which I'm doing, and just a good way to keep active. So I'd encourage you to keep active during this time. Really important. Also spiritually, I'm learning more, and I put this into motion before coronavirus, but I'm having to do this a little bit more these days, but just meditating on God's word, on God's truth a little bit more than I used to, and breaking down, so building atomic habits of biblical meditation. And it's a 10-step approach. I won't go through that now. If you're interested in that, I've sent you an email with some details on the 10 steps of atomic habits for biblical meditation, I'm calling it. So you can have a look at that. It works. Spending time focusing down. Sometimes you can light a candle. I don't often light a candle, but I found this candle in my daughter's bedroom, so I've pinched it. It's watermelon flavor. If some of us like candles, we can meditate on candles, a traditional way of focusing on the light, the the fact that Jesus is the light of the world, and through these dark times, there's a nice way of just reflecting spiritually. So spiritual, physical, social, mental health, super important ways of keeping your well-being up, and you can share that with your mentors as well. So I really wanted to share with you our training. Some of you have seen the new training manuals which we've just finished. They're looking really, really cool. So well done to the Crossway comms team for producing those with Annette Brown. Big shout out to her. She's done a fantastic job. She's in full quarantine at the moment, having been in the UK, but she's worked very hard to produce these along with the comms team, Bella and the comms team. So really, really good. But I didn't want to just talk to you about the training manuals. I wanted to talk to you about a creative way that we're piloting to deliver coach training using Zoom. Using Zoom, PowerPoint, our mobile phones. We've come up with a plan to deliver coach training even through this season, over 3 evenings with training mentors using Zoom, coordinators obviously being there. And that will be delivered not just by me, but by Mark and me together. We've got, I think, 55 years of experience in the sector, in the community and welfare sectors. So we're going to do this training together, which will be a bit of a laugh, bit of fun. And we're going to deliver it using Zoom, PowerPoint, training manuals. And so if you're interested in that, please email us. We've got a lot of interest already, mainly from Queensland, which is really exciting. But if you're interested in doing that coach training, please email me, toby@coachnetwork.org or mark@coachnetwork.org, and we'd love to help you with that training. There are some prerequisites, obviously, for training mentors. They're going to have an internet connection. They're going to have a webcam or a smartphone with a camera, and they're going to have to well, that's actually probably about it. Actually, they just need a good internet connection. We'll do the rest. We'll do Zoom for them. We've got some Zoom etiquette tips, so we'll be setting those sort of ground rules for the trainees on Zoom. Actually quite straightforward. It's over 3 evenings, plus we'll be of course using the training videos, the youth training video and the family training video. You may have seen those already. So we've got creative. We've had a go at doing it already, and it looks really exciting. So please get in touch if you're interested in that. So just during this time, I just like to say, I really, really would like to encourage you to keep mentoring. Super important to keep mentoring, mentor even more, encourage your mentors to even more, not face-to-face obviously, but using mobile phones, using texting. You can actually encourage your mentors to contact their families, participants, young people, twice a week using mobile phones. Really good way. Some mentors are being used as food deliverers like that. And big shout out to City Care. They have in Knox, they have done their first Zoom match between a participant and a family using Zoom, and also in the UK they've created a program using Zoom to match mentors and participants in the southeast of England. So that's really encouraging. So keep mentoring, keep focused on your own well-being and the well-being of your mentors. Keep in touch with your mentors. I'm just trying to up my contact with people that I'm supporting, and I'd encourage you to do the same too. Thank you for listening, and keep safe through this season.